everyone, it's me James MCI here. How you doing? Welcome you back to Let's Play of Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered. Last time round we did a couple of extra quests in the New Game Plus. We did a lot of treasure hunting and we did some bear hunting. And in this episode we're actually going to do some quests here in the final dungeon because there's quests here too. I don't know why there's quests here, but there are quests here. Let's talk to you. It's going to join us here in the clouds if you're coming. Huh? You were waiting for us? I still have my doubts. Can this boy really be the one we seek? You've seen the girl who accompanies him. Have you not? She has the very image of the queen in her youth. If our queen has led him here, then he must surely possess the power we require. I don't know if I'm going to believe you, but how can our queen see clearly when she is enveloped in fathomless darkness? Wait, Tim Face, I don't know how fancy your flippy hour is. Didn't your mom ever teach you to whisper in front of people? Excuse me, sir, but who are you, and what are you doing here? We once formed the Queen's Honor Guard as a duty to protect this palace. Lest you wonder, we are illusions, given life by the power of the Queen's imagination, much like the zodiac you've no doubt encountered. What? Quick, go away, quick, get your wand ready, we've got a fight in our hands. This fair is a feisty one, is it not? Fear not, we're not your enemies. The zodiac used to sweat, and the Queen counsels were maligned. It sprang from that part of our Queen's heart that is wise and just. Though Radiance is lost sight of this side of herself, it lives on. Indeed, it's this very part of her heart that led you here, to us. I should grant you rest to those who defended our cursed kingdom. Cursed kingdom, I guess you mean Nascaa, huh? Will you hear our request? Yes. Well, sure, what is it they just do? Not for our queen was born one rage across this land. No, part of our world spared the horror and turmoil of the wizard world. No part of our world. As you decide to fight for advantage, the weapons were devised so that you steal sorcery with those magic decks. Those magic decks are stationed around the palace of rare because the original was vastly more powerful. Oh, and that these weapons were devised with their purpose. One by one they became dormant, a state akin to eternal sleep. We're so relieved, as it saves its sort of free weapons. In all, 4 magic decks have emerged from their slumber. Perhaps the reappearance of Day returned to serve them. We are not certain. In any case, these magical weapons are rampant relics of that rich conflict. They have no place here in this time. We have faith that our Queen's heart will be restored in form of purity. When this happens, it will spare the sight of tragic vestiges of Nascaa's past. So I ask you to help the magic mage return to their slumber. Listen, Helmy, yes, you tell us this full story because without your trust, trees will spit you. Also, this is a bit the Queen's heart to be pure. Also, it's less enough, but I ain't so much evidence of it so far. Something small as fish should be. But Mr. Drippy, don't you remember those visions from Mr. Queen Cassiopeia's past? So too, right? I think they're telling the truth. I appreciate your faith, young man. So where are they, the magic mates? I mean, the place returned to the wizard wars, magic mates were confined to a number of secure locations around the world. Over the centuries, many changes have been wrought on the landscape, and we can no longer be certain of their whereabouts. Perhaps during travels you've laid eyes on these ancient weapons sleeping peacefully. I'm afraid we can offer you little guidance just around our own memories. That's what Britain is, make it easier for the spider you flipping dodgy blooming tin-faced. Calm down, Mr. Trippy. I'm sure if we can make it real hard, we can get one piece of refresher which may prove your soul to you. Much weight has a strong connection to memory stones. You're familiar with them, I take it. The monuments that grant healing and stores from recollections wherever remember someone was around, so too magic make them reside. Okay, we'll find it for you. Okay, so we're actually not gonna go just yet. Because there's another side quest right at the end of the game. I don't know why there is a side quest at the end of the game, but there is a side quest at the end of the game. Or like at the final like area. I don't know why there is, but there is. So unfortunately we have to go there. Then we can get out of here. I should take a look at if I'm going the correct way here. Oh yeah, I am. I have to check if I'm going the right way. Across here. up here. As I said, this quest is pretty much at the very last door of the game, so it might take us a bit to get there, but we will get there in time. Veil just about to disappear as I was passing the magic mic there. There might be some more, there might be a chance of another chokehold, which would be good. I said it's a oh, I suppose there's a chance, and it's literally there. So this is what I did to grind.
Here goes nothing.
Because these guys are weak to, these guys are weak to, darkness.
Nito!
So even Star kills them. Twister. A single enemy. Oh, yeah, get rid of that. It fully restores health. Okay. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's the enemies I fought to grind. Cause they're rare, but if you fight them, you get like 30k experience per fight. Oh my gosh, another one? Okay, that's pretty rare. Not that I'm complaining, but I'm just saying it's really rare. I do want to put that on. This is good for experience, if nothing else.
Ready? Is that it?
Probably. just noticed that you are fully leveled up. Which means I can finally fully evolve you. Sure I'm doing the right one here. Floor Wars. See, I should have spotted that before fighting the two colds. But it's fine. It's fine. So as I said, this side quest is literally in the final room. It's literally like here. Or it should be. That's how I came all this way for nothing. Oh. It's actually it. Never mind. I misread the guide wrong. It's fine. So what you actually have to do is go to Ari Memoria. So I went all those ways for nothing. Great. Fantastic, James. Fantastic. It's fine. Apparently this is right. I hope this is right. Yes, he is here. Oliver, there's something I need to tell you. What is it, Horace? I must tell you about Nascaa and Cassiopeia and myself. Were you attempt to see Cassiopeia, you deserve to know the truth. It may take some time, but I hope you can spare the time to listen to what I have to say. Thank you, Oliver. Story begins here long ago where the kingdom of Nascaa once flourished. Though it may appear bleak and barren now in those days, its mighty empire combined the mighty magic with advanced technology. This prosperous realm where poverty and pestilence were all but unknown, and its people enjoyed a life of plenty. But man was never one to count its blessings. The greater was soon reared its ugly head. Despite all they had, the populace demanded more. Friends upon turned upon while our families were torn apart. Each citizen strove to better his own lot and outdo his neighbour. Sounds like a recipe for Reynolds missed that. Indeed it was. Less than series of conflict that spanned centuries, the Wizard Wars. Of course, history has changed with the arrival of a single wizard. Wow, one wizard made that big of a difference? Indeed, this wizard well, not one but two wands. His mastery of magic was unparalleled. He soon turned to the tide of war. For his power to bear conflict that many thought would never end was brought to a conclusion in the space of mere days. Crikey, sounds like somebody you want on your side in a fight. He was indeed fairy. He was lauded as a hero by all the peoples in the world, and his reward was the crown of Nascaa. Thus he did become the Wizard King. The Wizard King, Cassiopeia's father. The very same. And shortly after, peace returned to the world. The Wizard King had one of his wands in the distant land of Autumnia. He sealed away that it may never be used for evil. Maybe to the latest puzzle. It's been some time since last put your question, has it not? Guess it has, huh? Excellent. The question is this: what's the name of that wand the Wizard King sealed away? I think that you know it well. Should you give me the answer? Alright. So I believe the answer is Morningstar. again, capitalization does not matter. Indeed, it's very odd that you carry now. I heard the valley was sealed first. This desert filled with the most beautiful flowers. Let's continue our tale there. I'll be waiting for you, Oliver. Come find me. It is literally yeets. Alright, so we're going to teleport. We're actually going to teleport to the Golden Grove because we're actually going to be fight some of the magic mix. But it also supposed to be last here. Now, as you can see, our first magic mech is right there.
Here we go!
Okay, and that shows a little bit interesting there, because that's a golden enemy, and golden enemies give you, I think they give you like a lot more gold. It's a magic mech.
No slacking, you lot.
Alright, so these guys are relatively straightforward. Just smack them around and they die. Like that. We did do it. Alright, let's get out of here. As our next place to go is Old Smoky. So yeah, remember those magic mechs that were sort of all around the map? Yeah, we have to fight those. It's fine.
Here goes nothing.
Neato. So another magic mech.
Here we go!
Same shot as before, basically. Beat it up until it dies.
Nice work!
Yeah, this thing is 350 attack, that's quite a lot. Right, our next place is actually on the Tombstone Trail. And that's actually where we need to go for Horus. So we're going to do two things at the same time here. This is why I took those two quests. So unfortunately, Horus is at the very top, and the magic neck is halfway through, so we do actually have to go pretty much all the way through the dungeon again. But it's fine. It's fine. Relatively easy dungeon to get through. And plus, we're super high levels now, so enemies will pretty much avoid us. They'll run away from us actually. Which is actually a mechanic I haven't really talked about yet. So yeah, if you're high enough leveled, enemies will actually run away from you instead of running towards you because they're scared. It's an interesting mechanic. An interesting mechanic indeed. But anyway, here's our third magic mech. Hello.
Let's go!
Here goes! Ready?
Ow.
We did it!
Alright, so our next place to go is up to the top here. That was very close to getting counter. I thought he was going to actually get me. Yeah, you don't really need the magic lamp spell now, as everything's pretty lit up. And our golden enemy.
No slacking, you lot!
We won!
I actually forgot to capture that. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. Don't really need it anyway, but it would be nice to get it, but I didn't even realize I caught it. Alright, so Horus is here. Oh. Thank you for calling all over. That has changed so much, it was a place of beauty. Wash your flowers in every colour. Son, let me continue my tale. The Wizard King is set at the throne among great renowned is just ruler, treating all subjects equally, be they human or otherwise. They in turn repaid him by rallying around their new monarch, and together they rebuilt the ruined realm more swiftly than anyone thought possible. Has he got all the abilities he's fiddling with too, did he? Never knew that, man. Nice. Indeed, the Wizard King was truly a man like no other. At its end, with the kingdom all he rebuilt, he chose 3 servants from among his subjects. Slash right wing sea captain to represent the race of men, Great Wolf to represent the animals, and Serpent Lord to represent the creatures. Each was wholly devoted to his master and did all that the Wizard King asked. Of the 3, the Serpent Lord was the wisest and most committed to the master's cause. He was one of those kid corporates. Oh, what mind he had. I think I was then. This is a good time to for your next question. I am granted these servants on your travels, but can you recall about your snake that you faced? I'm sure this is me a search of job geometry. Yep, it has. Remember the boss APEP? So it's AAPEP. That's correct. Though the 3 servants achieved as much, their rewards to be chased with right dignity for the kingdom they had helped to rebuild. Perhaps that's a tale for another day. Yes, we'll continue our tale on the very ruins where we faced APEP. I'll tell you the case was 3 loyal servants returned to the path of evil. Till then, no longer. Again, he pieces out. Right, so our next location is there. So we're just going to vacate. Because you have to vacate before you travel. Because I keep forgetting that. And we're going to travel straight there. Volunteers. Yeah, so this one's relatively easy to get to. Because all you need to do is go right round. And into the boss floor. Hi for coming over, shall we continue our tale? I said I'd tell you how the 3 keepers were driven from the kingdom, how they became evil. Though the king at the head of the Nascaa government sat the Council of 12, lords known as the Zodiacs. They're responsible for the day-to-day running of the kingdom and are supposed to be the ruler's closest advisors. As for the king's rise to prominence was a great sort of consideration for the council. He feared his great power and loyalty commanded amongst keepers. And so, since those cars rebuilt and stability restored, the Zodiacs conspired to assassinate him, and the conspiracy was a success. That's horrible. With the Wizard King eliminated, the council had complete control of the kingdom, and the king's infant heir, Queen Cassiopeia, became no more than a puppet. To combine their villainy, the council successfully implicated the keepers of the assassination and were banished from Nascaa. Apep lost all faith in humanity and soon the power of the stone and all his possession began to corrupt him, transforming him at last servant of evil. Indeed, this he who just this was great to the ruins you see before you now. That's bad, like, but you got the feel for it, however, mate. Being afraid from murdering your mate would be enough to make anyone go off the rails. Perhaps Apep possessed great wisdom. One could predict that he would suffer such a spectacular fall from grace. Think of predictions, yes, open the book. Oh, you mean you was a companion? I do. As you may know, I'm myself is able to see into the future. Turn to the final page, the prophecies are there, prophecies of what will become of a certain individual. The person's name too is hidden there. Can you some rarity? Alright, so this puzzle, again, is a relatively easy one. It's not that. And the answer is P. That's correct. Principal that the people in this world see that the White Witch is nothing but the best of intentions. But first she just makes amends for what she did. Spares no excuse. But you're right. She's a kind little girl who loved flowers, blah blah blah. That's a story for another time. If you're interested, I plan to visit a cave that is unseen to the past. Let's see the old Cassiopeia once more. There's a cave that lets you see into the past? You've not heard of it. I'm certain it's mentioned in his book. Just got a discussion coming years into the past with me. Till then, Oliver. Alright, so the next place is Glittering Growth Hill. And that's actually where I find our last magic mech as well. So this is the reason why I took these two quests at the same time, because they go pretty much the same places. So they do. So they have to bear in mind which way it is. Reading for you, Oliver, shall we continue our tale? So why is always all the special significance for the people of the Kingdom of Nascaa? There's in the sacred symbols of peace of hope. Queen Cassiopeia loved nothing more in the world than flowers, and her every 3 moments spent tending to her garden. Castle's lights burst in colour with beautiful bright flowers of every imaginable hue. Queen Cassiopeia grew to be a splendid spirited young woman. Everything her father could have wished for. Well, I always hoped she would become. You knew Queen Cassiopeia when she'd grown up? I did. I knew her for mere babe in her arms. I digress. Salt flowers in the garden reminds me of the one made of a roll stick, you do not? I mean the one P gave me. It was a gift from the Wizard King and I to young Cassiopeia. What is Jeepers? One of my greatest and most deeply held wish for the princess's future, not so long ago. I'm sure it's a word again. Tell me, Oliver, what does it say? Alright, and the answer is bring hope. I believe you do need space on this one. That's correct. Most deeply held desire was the people of Nascaa should never lose hope. Hope of a brighter tomorrow. The fell of the realm and the Wizard King sometimes advised to pay such wishes. Council felt but it was also a personal gain and thought nothing of the plight of the people. If only I'd done more. What do you mean, Horace? I said I'd tell you the truth, did I not? Something must confess to you, something I did, and I can never forgive myself. Come today, I retired to the chamber where the council sat. There she'll tell you everything. Tell her, Oliver. Alright, and our last magic mech is in this dungeon. A little bit further down. But he's here.
No slacking, you lot!
Nice work!
Wow. Yeah, so our last magic mech is right here.
nothing.
Here goes! Vito!
Alright, our final magic deck is right here.
No slacking, you lot.
Here goes!
There we go.
What can I say? It's a gift.
Alright, let's get out of here. Right, now we need to go to the every tower. Unfortunately, you can't travel there, so I just have to like physically go there. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate you can't fast travel to it. But I can understand why, but it's just like annoying that you can't. Alright. Talk to you again? Splendid, magic miracles return to eternal slumber. Since the others of your power, I sense that you may be capable of facing kingdoms over the defenders of battle. But you what? There's more blue robots. Here there are, forever remnants of steady stone age regarded the status of Nascaa throughout the Whistle Wars. While the avatars floated free of the world below, these guardians remained in Nascaa watching over the kingdom. We speak of the Magic Mike Masters. They are charged with guarding the kingdom's three great cities, Nascaa, Takal, and Nistos. Wow, so a lot of places I've never heard of. Nascaa is the capital city that's culture and language dominate the kingdom. There are knights of Nascaa and defended the capital alongside the Magic Mike Masters. The power stealing on its way, and these one-sided defenders pose great threat to the people of this world, yourselves not least of all. Where the free cities once stood. But know that almost nothing now remains of once those great bustling metropolis. Nothing says save faith glyphs upon the ground. Alright. So, where are these? The Spring Realm? Where's the Spring Realm? Oh, it's near Aremoria. I can just travel there and work backwards. Oh, vacate doesn't vacate. Vacate doesn't vacate. That sounds weird that vacate doesn't vacate, but vacate doesn't vacate in the Ivory Tower. I wish it did, but it didn't. I guess because you can't, like, travel there? Alright. So we're back here. And here are the Magic Masters.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes!
Ah, something. I was hoping the other hope that hit him before that hit, but it didn't. Alright, so the next one is right up this way. Really?
Here we go!
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
Easy!
Those enemies are annoying. Alright, second one.
Here we go! Here goes!
Not this time.
Is that it?
Alright, one more left. Luckily for us, it's not too far away. I still like this theme. I don't know why. I like this theme in this area.
Stay calm now! Here goes!
Yeah. I cancelled them. Good. We did do it. Okay. I forgot that you can't call Tengri from Ari Memoria. There's like certain places that you only can. So I actually need to head back to the Ivory Tower now to report our success. And Horace is here too. So we need to do that. So we're going to restore our HP and MP here, and actually make a safety save, just in case. Try the work. I can best way you can harbour certain devices where you can truly defeat such formidable opponents. I showed the hearts of their masters much lighter now for your efforts. Masters, you mean the magic make masters as masters of their own? Indeed, the magic makes were in truth born from the frightening fear that dwells within the hearts of certain individuals. They were familiars. And each once had a human master. And three of those masters now stand before you. What do you mean? Oh heck, I think I see where this is going. Yes, we Knights of Nascaa too command soldiers of the soul. Come, prove your worth against the mightiest magic mix of all. So is your true power.
We're under attack!
Here goes!
Yeah, there are three of these guys.
Swain!
Now you're... For it, stand back!
Here goes
Okay. Well, that was a bad start. And Spain might be dead. Wow. Okay, come on. I like how that interrupts. Oh, I was trying to defend that. As I said, this is one of the harder fights in the game. Because of that. Well, I don't need you to miss. Thank you. There's only one left. Come on. There we go. Phew. Phew.
We won!
Extraordinary to defeat even our mighty familiars. So it's straight. All those bruises you had us going around bashing your familiars. Indeed you were. How come? Those magic mates for weapons of stone and steel I should defeat. They pose a threat to neither man nor beast. They were harmless all along. You're truly sorry, but having chosen you certainly would have refused. What should have? Why you made such bunch of robots like that? I also heard of dread mana. The masters of magic mates we faced were transformed by its terrible power. As are all the world masterless alone. Fiercely roamed without direction or purpose. They eked out of existence, waiting for the day when their master's rider returned. Saying Nascaa carving some stones dice, drawing glyphs upon the ground. Shot the world, leaving pieces behind themselves to run. Pieces of time become memory stones. This game developed what might even call primitive culture. Magic makes them all that? That's correct. They're responsible for creating most all that remains of the period of Sedge and Stone Age. Besides that the masters could use find and return. We've never seen it again. The last, they returned by the grace of a queen. And yet we are more revolution serve bad justice and has reappeared. That's why before that day came we wished to grant peace to those who fought so bravely to keep the river Nascaa alive, to remain such a peaceful soul. That's all we wanted, that's the truth. We achieved all we wished. Now we vanish once more. Because of our own cry, one day our queen will restore her to herself. As we get a Nascaa Lord Sword, a set of Nascaa armor, and a Nascaa helm. Farewell. Bye bye. There you go. Alright. So that was a rough fight. That was a very rough fight. That was an extremely rough fight. But we did get a Nascaa Lord Sword. Which is a really good sword. Yeah, so I want to equip that to you. Wow, that gives you resistances to a lot of things. I think I will equip it to you, actually. Right. Our final thing to do is to find Horace, who's in that room I went to earlier and thought that's where the quest started, but it wasn't. So we're have to run all the way back there. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it is. This is relatively easy to get to. Oh, wow. You appeared there too? Huh.
We can do this!
Ready? What can I say? It's...
And lots of levels. Just lots of levels. Oh, I love it. I love Tuckholds. I'm surprised they're here, honestly. But hey ho. Just in case, you never know. Might be another one down here. There isn't. Alright, so the place I fought was the start of the quest, wasn't the start of the quest. Went here for no reason. It's the end of the quest. Shall we continue our tale? Long before I ever became known as the Sage Regents, I fought in the Wizard Wars alongside my teacher, the Wizard King. Oh, I think in the days when it's been since our last year, so I wonder. Dennis, you've been at this gaff. Did I have? Near as the Wizard Wars, I occupied the 10th seat of the council, taking the zodiac title of Gallus. Gallus, but isn't that, you know, him? Ah yes, so was the King's ruse. Even in death he strove to protect his daughter. That was later, of course, after my seat had become vacant. We're getting ahead of ourselves when I sat in the council. To my own dying shame, I failed to notice the plotting of my fellow councillors. As I who thought myself so wise, I suppose was king of free servants. Then turned our attention to any who might yet stand in our way. This would be an obstacle to complete their domination of the kingdom. Since the great ever I fled the Nascar to bide my time, to rally forces loyal to the crown, return my exact revenge around council. The choice I made is wrong, to remain at the Queen's side. We couldn't get you, those orders from the council are gunning for you, man. The risk I should have taken, by leaving I sealed the fate of the entire kingdom. Let me explain. In addition to my duties as Zodiac, I've been charged with educating Queen Cassiopeia in the ways of magic. To go upon myself to create a compendium of spells and arcane knowledge which I presented to the young queen. A compendium? You mean like a spell book? You mean... Haha, I think you know what I mean. Well, I mean, ask you a question for all time's sake. What's the name of that book? It is, of course, The Wizard's Companion. I think you don't need a apostrophe. Oh, it might be The Wizard's Companion. Well, that won't fit. ION. Yeah, that won't fit. Maybe I spelled companion wrong? AN. ION. Huh. Maybe you need small letters? That hasn't mattered before, so I don't know why it would matter now. Or maybe you do need the apostrophe. Maybe you do need it. Where is the upholstery? There's the upholstery. Yep. Yes, you're quite right. Root the Wizard's companion to get Queen Cassiopeia and the magical education. Little I know that this book will lead directly to the disaster that befell Nascaa. How can the Wizard companion lead the Nascaa's destruction? In my desire to create a tome fit the Queen, I included all manner of arcane magic, including the forbidden spell. I failed to include the detailed notes on the rights and wrongs of using such potent incantations. I fled the kingdom before I could teach Queen Cassiopeia the perils of the forbidden spell. So busy brooding what manner of revenge I could exact, the counsel I feel my duty of care to the Queen. That's why she arrived at a fearful decision. That's why she didn't know the true power of mana. But it was my fault that Nascaa fell and that Queen Cassiopeia was transformed into a White Witch. I could never make amends for what I did. It was unforgivable. Just a spirit that ruled the world of all authority. I could never save that Procure from her fate. That's why I must humbly ask you to right my wrong. Save the Queen. You're the only one who can, Oliver. Don't worry, Oliver. Or Horace. We'll save Queen Cassiopeia. We'll save the whole world. And my thanks. I'll come forward with you for the including Wizard's Companion. A pretty will lead you in quest. And now my final contribution to your cause. Please accept this. Yeah, Mirror of Truth, 10,000 gold. Queen Cassiopeia waits within. Wish you luck, Oliver. Pure-hearted one, save the world. Alright, so with that, those two really long quests that took way longer than I thought because I messed up. We're gonna end this episode right here. So next time on the Kuni, after White Witch Remastered, we're gonna take the final bounty hunts in the game. That'll probably be one episode, and then the advanced versions of the bosses to fulfill the quest of the conductor. So that being said, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe to become part of my community, which will fun positivity for all. So of course, see you again.